So let's focus on North Carolina. We mentioned Chapel Hill. They received more than 10 inches of rain because of Chantal. There is Brandy Campbell, our Fox weather correspondent. Brandy, you know, this is so tough. Folks have just been through something very traumatic, and now they have to try and pick up the pieces.
Good morning to you. And look, for some people, it's not their first time around. Right now, we're in Camelot Village, where you're seeing some of the aftermath of cleanup that is actually still ongoing because of that flooding that happened in this community. And look, this is just one location. Some areas saw up to 5 feet of flooding on Sunday in this as Tropical Storm Chantal impacted this region. This storm also, unfortunately, was the blame for several deaths reported in this region. Now, overnight, this heavy rain called for emergency alerts, warnings of flash flooding once again for this area. It closed roads and stranded drivers. Unfortunately, more rain is on the forecast today. Now, that's an unwelcome forecast, especially for those impacted here in Chapel Hill. Yesterday, we met resident Roger Gilly, whose home flooded Sunday for the 4th time in 6 years.
I've been here so long, I'm used to watch it come up and then go down and not really flood as bad as it did this time. But this time it just kept rising. They got us out pretty quick and in an orderly fashion. Everybody was all right and everybody was safe, so that was the main thing. A lot of damage, but you know, everybody was safe.
We are also getting some news out of Chapel, or just about 30 minutes northwest of Chapel Hill. You have the city of Mebane, and so they are actually dealing with some water shortage issues, drinking water after damage to their water treatment plant. So right now they are at a level 5 emergency there. So basically they're asking people to either, well, shut down businesses that are not necessary. So that being grocery stores, you know, think about the pharmacies and such. And if you are at home, you need to restrict your water usage outside of needing to drink the water if you do not have bottled water on hand. So right now we're just waiting to see how long that could last. But at the update that they gave yesterday, they said the city only had 2 days of drinking water, and they said this issue could really go on for a couple of days. So just another impact from Tropical Storm Chantal. Now, looking forward, let's take a look at who's going to be impacted next by weather along this region. And really, it's kind of most of the East Coast. As we take a look at some video out of D.C. from yesterday, today that area, they are under a level 1 out of 4 flood risk. But in this video, again, this was taken Wednesday evening, you can see their street right there that just became a river as cars drove through it. There were numerous flood reports across the I-95 corridor from D.C. to New York City. There were also a few tornado warnings in Delaware. So again, they have that 1 out of 4 flood risk. That includes D.C. But for those of us in parts of Virginia, here in North Carolina, and then parts of South Carolina, we are under a level 2 out of 4 flood risk. And we're also under a flood watch until 2 a.m. on Friday. Guys?
Yeah, it's going to be so important, Brandy, that folks really heed any watches and warnings that are issued. Brandy, I can't help but notice behind you all of the destruction. How close in proximity are you in that home behind you to the actual river?
So right here, this is actually their clubhouse. And so if we can actually go look between the clubhouse towards this building right there, if you went, there's a pond beyond here and then more homes. There's a creek. So that is the reason really this region, or this little neighborhood, I should say, dealt with some flooding. There's a small creek, but obviously, as we know, with these storms, creeks, they became raging rivers in many areas really across the United States since this past weekend.
Definitely a very tough situation, and hopefully this afternoon, Brandy, with the afternoon storms in the forecast, we don't have it pop in the wrong spot. I mean, the one thing that we have on our side, they are scattered thunderstorms, and so we can get lucky. But wow, what a tough thing to look at with the forecast today and tomorrow for North Carolina.